First order of business is the salute our nation's flag. Will you please join us? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is everybody here okay? Everybody in the back? Dennis?
No. You're muffled. You're muffled.
That part I can't help.
No, you do better.
Carol, please let the record show that Supervisors Sivavec, Fisher, Cobb, and Cecil are in attendance. In addition, our Township Manager, George Luso, Public Works Director, Gil Blockworth, our Director of Zoning, Bruce Wasby, our Chief of Police, Sean Bukovinsky, our Township Engineer, Dan Dazaroff, and our Township Solicitor, Chris Volks. This time we will take comments from our residents on any item you see on the agenda. If you have any questions or comments. If it's a general question or comment, please wait till later on in the agenda. So if anybody have any questions or comments? Yes, sir.
I wanted to make a comment about...
Is it an agenda item?
Yes, it is.
What's the agenda?
For 2016. It's at the end. It's the ordinance change for communications.
What's that again?
The ordinance change for communication facilities. The
Okay.
amendment.
Can you have please start over?
Yes, I can.
Your name and address, please.
Yes. Call it this 38 on road.
I don't think anybody can hear you. Can you hold it? And see.
College of this 38 Han Road West, Kansas View. This is my wife. Same address. So we just wanted to thank you for the amendment that you're proposing, and we wanted to show our support of it. We sent a letter that we drafted with a number of fellow residents today. Did you receive the letter that we sent? Okay.
Yes.
We had copies of it as well. But we just wanted to thank you, and we think it's very important for us as a community to be able to have the decision whether we have towers in our backyards or not. This amendment, it gives us that freedom. It was proposed before we moved to the township, and we thank you for even considering it. So, thank you.
Anybody else? General comments or questions on the agenda? If not, I'd ask you, there are some announcements. I did first want to mention that out in the village of Muse, the resident out there, Bob Sariska, he put on a fireworks display that was derived one of the ones that the local communities had. And I want to thank him for that, for what he did for the village of Muse and our township residents. But also, I want to thank our firemen who showed up there and spent the night there making sure we're safe for everybody. So again, thank you for that. You can read a couple of announcements yourself. One in particular, the carnival coming up for our Cecil Volunteer Fire Department number 3. We're lucky to come out if you can late.
Mr. Chairman, the board would like to take a second to congratulate Supervisor Sivavec. His son and daughter-in-law have their first baby. It's his first grandchild, so just a quick second to say congratulations. He was a big boy, so he did something good.
All right, for our resolution number 125, 2016, it's extending a conditional offer of employment for the full-time probationary police officers to Richard Odie and Thomas Quinlan, effective July 5th. These officers will be replacing the 2 vacant positions, or will be filling the 2 vacant positions we have.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to table this for another month or so.
So there's a motion to table this resolution. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to table this. Those in favor signify by...
Discussion. Please. Just I still was looking out for that supervisor's binder to be complete with the list of the police assets. It hasn't been done from her request from 2 months ago. Excuse me. The other thing was the changes to the job description for the chief and
Change to the job. I'm not sure at all.
in the binder in Don's office for the supervisors. It is listed that the chief reports to the Board of Supervisors,
Which he does.
but it in fact should be through Dr. Denuso, the Township Manager.
If you want that change made, you need to bring it before the board. At the current time, his job description is that he reports to the board of supervisors. If you'd like that change, you need to bring that to the board and have a vote.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear.
Sorry.
Well,
We need a new microphone system. That's coming up.
we can talk about that later, but that particular topic. But the other was the itemized list of expenses for the police from January 1 through January 15th has not been put in the book. January 1st through July of 2016. And it showed a 15% increase from last year to this. So I'd just like to have that explained.
Well, first of all you need to do is look at the budget to see their list of expenses because everything runs through the police budget that we get every single month, you know.
So,
Keeps the,
Sorry. And second, there was a mistake in the police budget this month that has since been corrected, so that 15% is not in fact accurate. It's been changed and will be emailed back out to the board of supervisors, but it's a misstatement to say there's a police increase of 15%.
well, there lies even more of the reason that we should table this for another month so that we can understand why it was inaccurate.
It was
The other thing that I'd maybe like to add to that, in consideration of tabling this, is I'd also like to see, this isn't just a decision to fill the vacancy, but it is to see what future burden we're putting on Cecil Township. What is the total expense for an officer? Is it 2.1 million, or what are the national averages or the local averages? I'd like to see what that is, to see what burden through benefits and retirement each officer has. So I'd like that included possibly to that supervisor's quote.
Supervisor Sivavec, with all due respect, everything that you asked for is available monthly via email. So just so the residents don't think that we don't have any idea what's going on, it's sent via email every single month. I look through it every single month.
If there was a change this month, or the 15% is different,
Correct.
and I wasn't aware of that, so I would like a month to evaluate what it is, and that's why I'm tabling it, asking it to be handled next month.
Mr. Chairman, can we go?
we have a motion and a second to table this resolution 125, 2016. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
In favor
Aye.
of what?
Of the tabling.
Table.
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed,
No.
no. I only heard two.
He said no.
All right, under my count, motion fails on a 2-3 vote.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we offer full-time probationary police employment to Richard Odie and Thomas Quinlan effective July 5th, 2016.
It's been moved. Is there a second to that motion?
I second.
Been moved and seconded. And I might comment, I think our determination now is based on the level of service that we want to offer. I mean, we could keep the positions vacant and go on with 2 officers less, or we would kind of keep our plan to offer the level of service where we have 3 territories, 3 districts in the township rather than 2. So that's basically the reason for filling the position is to have the police chief fulfill 3 territories or 3 distinct districts as opposed to just 2 that we've had for the past 40-some years.
With all due respect, I just would like to point out this is not a small township, 27 square miles, and in my personal opinion, in 27 square miles, 27 square miles, 2 officers, which is our current minimum, is not sufficient. I had an incident a couple nights ago where I needed an officer, unfortunately. They were already caught up on 2 other calls that were more important than my call, but nevertheless, they couldn't make it for 40 minutes. To me, that's not something that I believe this township wants in the long term. If you dial 911, you expect a police officer to be there within minutes and not tied up in another zone in the township, which is why, in my opinion, it's imperative that we have a fully staffed police department, as well as fire and public works.
It's been moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. I only heard one aye so far.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Opposed. Carol, one of my comments, a 2-2 vote, the motion carries.
Thank you.
For resolution number 126, 2016, it's subdivision plan application 2016-0025, the Resetar subdivision plan located on Klinger and McConnell Road.
Mr. Chair, I'll handle this item. This is a plan that our office prepared. It formalizes the dedication of roadway for the purposes of widening of Klinger Road, which was completed last year. As the board is aware, the Resetar property was purchased for that right-of-way. There's no need for the entire property. I believe the township has an agreement with the Burdens to purchase the remnant lot. This particular subdivision shows that there's a subdivision that creates the right-of-way for Clear Road and for some additional right-of-way along McConnell Road, and that the total of Lot 1 to be deeded or sold whatever to the Burdens is about 8,200 square feet, 8,300 square feet, I'm sorry. And I believe that the planning commission reviewed this and recommended approval. So I'm free to answer any questions if the board has it.
Everybody's familiar with that little widening Klinger Road entrance. Any comments or questions?
I didn't hear you say that.
I said we're all aware that that was that area on Klinger Road that we widened to make that entrance better. So any questions or comments? Is there a motion to approve the subdivision? Been moved
Second.
and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.